Okay, here we go. Advent of Code 2021, day number 10. We got all the stars so far. Let's see how we're going on day 10. If you don't understand what the heck is going on in this video, there's a description on YouTube. You can read that. Looks like we're deep in the cave here. All right. Okay, let's go. Syntax scoring. You ask the submarine to determine the best route of the deep sea cave, but it only replies syntax error in navigation subsystem online. All of them. Uh-oh. All of them. The damage is worse than you thought. You bring a copy of the navigation subsystem. Your puzzle input is the navigation subsystem. Okay. Navigation subsystem syntax is made of several lines containing chunks. There are one or more chunks on each line, and chunks contain 0 or more other chunks. Adjacent chunks are not separated by any delimiter. If one chunk stops, the next chunk can immediately start. Every chunk must open and close with one of 4 legal pairs of matching characters. So if it starts with a parenthesis, close the parenthesis. Opens with it, and so forth. Is legal. Legal chunk that contains no other chunks, as is More complex but valid chunks include okay, and even Some lines are incomplete, but others are corrupted. Find and discard the corrupted lines first. A corrupted line is one where a chunk closes with the wrong character. That is, where the characters it opens and closes with do not form one of the 4 legal pairs listed above. Examples of corrupted chunks include and such a chunk can appear anywhere within a line, and its presence causes the whole line to be considered corrupted. For example, considering the following navigation subsystem, some of the lines aren't corrupted, just incomplete. You could ignore these lines for now. The remaining 5 lines are corrupted. Okay. Expected it, but found meh. Expected it, but found meh. So I guess a corruption means that you found a closing character, but there was no opening character to go with it, right? You expected a closed square bracket because you have an open square bracket here. And you keep going, right? So you look at all the closing ones. So here's a closing curly brace. It has an open curly brace. Here's a closing right caret. There's a left caret. There's a right. There's a left. There's a right guy that goes with this one, but it's not the you have to close all the ones that are on the stack first. And yes, I'm going to implement this with the stack because I've done this sort of thing before. And the way you do this with a stack is you have, so a stack is a data structure where you can only push and pop onto the top, right? So it's like a stack of paper. You can't do anything to the bottom sheets of paper unless there's only one sheet, in which case the top sheet is the bottom sheet. But you can only mess with the top sheet or add a new sheet to the top, becoming the new top sheet. So this is the top sheet. Now this is the top sheet. Now this is the top sheet. You're stacking them on vertically. This is now the top sheet. This is now the top sheet. This is now the top sheet. Okay, well here's you suddenly found a close bracket, right? The closed bracket must match the top sheet, right? To eliminate it, right? You can always add more opens, right? You can add more open ones, but if there's ever a closed one, you say, I found a closing one. Okay, so I found a closing one. So does it match what's on top of the stack? It does. So we'll remove both of them, right? Throw them away. And now this is the top sheet, right? Well, now this is the top sheet. This is the top sheet. Here's a new sheet coming in. It's a closer. Gets rid of this one. So this is the top sheet. This one. This is the top sheet. This one gets rid of those 2. This comes in. You expected closing square because this is what was on top of the stack, but you got a closing curly, found curly instead, and that's, you have found a corrupted line. The incomplete lines, right, what those are about is, let's try to find an incomplete line. This was an incomplete line, right? So I don't think it's one of the corrupted ones. Maybe it is one of the corrupted ones. Okay, this might be one. This is an incomplete one, right? So we got to open, open, open. We got to close, open. This is gone. This section is gone. This goes with that one. This whole segment is legal here. Open, 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 open. Close, close. Close, close. Open. Nothing, right? So the way to detect an incomplete line is to look at the stack, and when you're all done with the line, you look at the stack and you say, is there anything left in the stack? Right? It's like, it's like you might not get a mismatch while you're going through the stack, like here. But if you get to the end of the stack, it should be an empty stack because everything that was open should be closed. So, and if you want to, if they ask us, for example, in part 2 to complete the incomplete, this incomplete one, right? All you have to do is look what's on the stack and take each character off and find the matching closed character that goes with it, right? Okay, so stacks are absolutely the way to do this. So stop at the first incorrect closing character on each corrupted line. Our stack is going to be able to do that, no problem. Did you know that syntax checkers actually have contests to see who can get the high score for syntax errors in a file? It's true. To calculate the syntax error score for a line, take the first illegal character on the line and look it up in this table. Okay, so we can just hard code this table into our code. An illegal meh was found twice. Oh, in the above example, an illegal closed parenthesis wasn't found twice on the same line because we're just looking for the first illegal character on the line. But it was found twice because it was found on it's not what you expected, it's what you found. We found parentheses on this line and this line. So that's 2 3s, so that's 6 points. An illegal meh was found once, so we can basically count how many illegal how many illegal how many illegal how many illegal in a little dictionary, right, of the 4 characters, and then multiply this one times 3, this one times 57, this one times 1197, this one times 25137, and then sum those 4 products, and we've got our total score for the file. Okay, and if a line, if we get to the end of a line and the stack is, we didn't find any illegal character, then we're just going to move on because it's part 1. But, for part 2, it won't be too hard to do the incomplete thing, right? What is the total syntax error score for those errors? Let's do the stack. Okay. New folder. 10. Oh, we need to get our puzzle input. Oh yeah, I'm trying this out. I guess we don't. I guess that's actually. I guess that's actually not. I thought the screencast mode would be good, but it's not. So let's turn that off. Okay. I thought that. I guess it's all. I read about screencast mode today, and I was like, oh, that sounds useful. I should have actually looked at it and what it did before, because I'm like, I'm doing a screencast. I'll enable screencast mode. Let's make test input.text. I always forget if I'm using underscore. It's underscore. Okay. There we go. There's our test input. And here's our template. And this problem is syntax scoring. Okay, so our parsed input for this, I think we just need to read the lines just into a list of each just this. I don't think we need to change this at all. Parsed input dot append line, right? And that's it. I think we're good with that. So let's make a little class. Oh, what am I doing? We'll call this a syntax stack, right? There we go. Okay. Cool. And I think the way you do a stack in Python is you just do a list, because a list has a push and pop function. Yeah, let's test that out just to be sure. Okay. So say list doesn't have push. I thought there was a way to make a stack in Python. We could have to make it ourselves. Python list push. Oh, append. Append is basically push. Right, okay. Oh. Stack.append is the same thing as push, because it goes at the end. And then stack.pop. Boop. And then we look and we see the stack is empty. Right? Cool. So we're going to say, so we want to get the illegal character, right? Get illegal char. Actually, what we can do is we can be like, check syntax, right? There we go. Perfect. So basically, we have a line, we have an illegal character which starts out as nothing, and then if for some reason the right, then we check syntax on instantiating the stack, and the check syntax, if it succeeds, is going to be fine, but if it fails, we're just going to put the illegal char into here, right? And then we can be like, we can make like a property, right, is legal. And then we can return, bool. We can just return self.illegal char is none. Right? If your illegal char is none, it's legal. If your illegal char is not none, it's not legal. Okay, so checking the syntax. So the way we do this, for char in self.line, right? We got to make our stack. So we got to, let's make some constants here. So we've got our opening chars, right? I'll make a list, even though I could just make a string. Just do it this way. So we've got open paren, open bracket, open and open bracket. And we got closing chars, all right, which is going to be okay. And then we have pairs, right? So char lookup. We only need to look up the opening lookup, right? Well, actually, no, we can do like this. Char pairs. We could do both ways. It doesn't matter. Oh. I hate that automatic. I'm used to it not making the closing thing for me. Okay, so the char pairs. So this one goes with that one, right? And oops, get out of here. Vice versa, right? This one, that one, this one, that one. So now basically what this dictionary is going to let us do is we can throw any character at it, and it's going to tell us which one it should pair with on the other side. Right? This one, boop. This one, that one, that one, that one. Okay. And then we got this one. Okay, so we could just look that up, and we know openers, we know closers. Great. So for char in self.line, if the char is in opening chars, does it have to be self.opening chars? Yeah, I think it does. So if the character is in the opening characters, then stack.append the character. Right? It's an opener. We can always add openers. Right? If the char is in self.closing chars, what we want to do is we want to peek. Is there a stack.peek? I guess we could just pop. It doesn't really matter. The match is equal to stack.pop. This, I guess stack.pop does return. So you can basically be like, if stack.pop, we want to look up in the char pairs. So you want to say, if self.char pairs stack.pop. So is equal to the char. Is not equal to the char, right? So saying, okay, we got a closing character. Is the top of the stack, is the pair the opposite of the top of the stack, right? Not the pair that goes with the closing character that we just got. Because if it's not, then what we're going to do is we're going to say self.illegal char, right? We're going to say found instead. So the char is the illegal char, right? The one that we found instead is the illegal one, the character. And then we're just going to return false, right? We didn't check the syntax we failed at checking syntax. Right? I mean, yeah, I guess this, the exact, I'm not gonna be able to because I'm not like keeping the stack around. I'm sort of throwing it out here the way I've done this. So I'm gonna have to do it again on part 2, but I don't think that's gonna be a big deal at all because it's so straightforward. Otherwise, return true. Right? I guess what I could do is we could do this. Self.stack, right? So here, at least in this, so now doing it this way, we check the syntax. The illegal ones are going to have the illegal char set, but the stack won't be complete. But I guess the stack can't be complete because it's illegal. For the incomplete ones, after the syntax is checked, the stack, for the ones that are perfectly correct, the stack will be empty after the syntax check. For the incomplete ones, there won't be any legal char. It'll be none, but the stack will have stuff in it after the syntax check. And now it'll be hanging around there to help us out in part 2. So now we're ready for part 2 anyway. So what we want to do here to get our part 1 result, we're going to need to write like a scoring function separately, but that's okay. But anyway, we want to say for we want to say stacks, right? Equals syntax stack line for line and parsed input. All right, so now we've now syntax checked every single line, right? And now the part 1 result, the scoring system. Let's do score of. I guess we could do it here. Right? We can just say, hey, and we'll make a little thing here. So the closed paren is worth 3 points. The closed bracket is worth 57 points. The closed curly brace is worth 1197 points. And this one is worth 25137 points. Okay. 3, just double checking, 57. 3, 57, 1197, 25137. Perfect. Okay. And now for the score, we could be like, hey, if self.illegal char is none, return 0. Else, return self.scores, self.illegal char. There you go. And now you can get the score. Actually, this can be a property also. So you don't need to put parentheses. Okay. Cool. So the part 1 result can actually be the total, all right? So the total syntax error score for the file is twice. Can actually just be the sum of stack.score for stack in stacks. Right? All right, so with our test input, the answer should be 26397. There you have it. Stack worked. Let's go to our regular old input. And we've got a 362271. 362271. That's the right answer. Let's go to part 2. That didn't take long at all. Okay. Discard the corrupted lines. The remaining lines are incomplete. We know. Incomplete lines don't have any incorrect characters. No, they don't. Instead, they're missing some closing characters. To repair, you just need to figure out the sequence of closing characters. I know it. Ooh, pick me. I know. Okay. The complete all open chunks in line. You can only use closing characters, and you must add them in the correct orders that only legal pairs are formed in all chunks. Yep. There are 5 incomplete lines. Yep, we know how to do this. All we got to do is pop. We just got to pop the stack, the remaining stack, if it's not an illegal one, right? And then we pop the stack and we refer to our dictionary to get the inverse of everything we pop. So if we pop and we see a left, we throw a right. If we pop and we see a left, we throw a right, and so on. And then we build this string, okay? Autocomplete 2 is all true. The score is determined by considering the completion string character by character. Start with a score of 0. For each character, multiply the total score by 5. And then increase the total score by the point value. What? Hold on. We got to do some scoring thing here. We might have to separate our part 1 score and our part 2 score to 2 separate functions. Anyway, we start with a 0. For each character, you multiply the total score by 5. I see. So if you start with a 0, you multiply by 5, you still got 0. But then you add, say, a point because it's a right paren, right? So then the next, if you have 2 characters that are bad, well, the next character comes in. Let's say it's one of these. You multiply the one you've got by 5. So now you got 5, 7. Right? And I think that's what's going to happen here. Start with a total score of 0. Multiply by 5, get 0. Add the value of which is 2, right, to get a new total score of 2. Multiply by 5 to get 10. Then add the value of right? Okay. The 5 lines have total scores as follows. Autocomplete tools are winners found by sorting all the scores, then taking the middle score. There will always be an odd number of scores to consider. The middle score is, oh boy, is this number. Because there are the same number of scores, smaller and larger than it. That's the median, right? Median. Median is the value separating the higher half from the lower half, right? So Python median, is there a function for that? I bet there is. Median in list in Python. Import statistics, statistics.medians. That's going to do that for us. So yeah, so we can, thanks to statistics.median, we can do the same. We just need to make this score function, and then we can do the same thing. Okay, so what is the middle score? Great. This isn't going to take long at all. Okay, let's go back. So let's do what we often forget to do and make our part 2 a separate file. Okay, get out of here. Okay, so these are our illegal scores, right? So let's go down here and call this the illegal score, right? And then let's go down here, incomplete scores. Okay, and our incomplete scores are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it the same order? Parenthesis, square, curly. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, great. We got our illegal scores now. Okay. So now what we have to do, well, those aren't our illegal scores. Those are incomplete scores. Incomplete scores. Okay. Oh, we forgot an equals here. Okay. At property, incomplete score. So for the incomplete score, right, if self.illegal char is not none, return 0, because that means that this current line is an illegal line, and thus it does not have an incomplete score, right? Okay, so then we can just say we could just do this. You just return the score right away. Okay, so now we're going to figure out the score. So we want to, if we iterate, we're going to go while self.stack, right? I just want to test this in the terminal before I actually do it. Just want to test this in the terminal first. So let's pretend we have a stack. It's 1, 2, 3, right? So while stack.pop, stack. Okay, so I think that works. We can just say while stack, right? Stack.pop. So we can, let's go for it. So while self.stack, right? Char equals self.stack.pop. Okay. And then the opposite char is going to be our pair, right? So we can actually do this. So now we found our opposite, the next closing character we need, right? And then we can say score times equals 5, right? We found a character. Therefore, we're going to multiply our score by 5. And then score is going to plus equal self dot incomplete scores char. Return score. Okay. Get that out of here. So I think that's the incomplete score is now correct. We go down here. So the part 2 result, we got to import statistics.median. Import statistics.median. 1, 2, 3. There should be a 2. It is. Statistics.median. Stack dot. We got to change this to illegal score. Incomplete score for stack and stacks. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Of all the scores for all the lines, what's the median? Okay, and we said for the test input, the middle score is 288957 for the test input. Okay. Oh, we got a problem. Oh. I know it, because we didn't update this from part 1. We called it illegal scores? Yes. Something's wrong there. Okay, what is wrong? Incomplete score. Times equals 5. Well, oh, is the median? Let's do some other testing here. Maybe I read something wrong. We'll have to check. Let's make sure this is right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see what happened. I see what happened indeed. That's the incomplete scores. That's the illegal scores. Because you'll notice part 1's also broken now. That's what happened. Okay. Okay, we still have a problem here. 26397. What? Hold on. 26397. So part one's right. 288957. Okay, so something's wrong with part two. Let's figure that one out. Let's just do this. Okay, so here we are in our debugger, and we see that self.stack is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 characters. Cool. Boop. Okay, the illegal char is not none. Okay, so our first character. Boop. All right, so what's the character we've got? It's the closing right bracket, right? And an illegal score, the closing incomplete score, that should be a 3. Okay. So, boop. Okay, so our score right now should still be 0, but now, coming around again, our score should be 3. Good. Okay, so that was correct. That was the closing right bracket. So we should see another closing right bracket coming in here. All right, let's watch char and score. I don't think there's anything else to watch, really. Okay, so you got a 3. We multiplied it by 5 to get 15. And we're going to be adding another. Let's add something else. Let's do self dot incomplete scores char 3. Okay. So we're going to be adding 3 to get 18. Cool. Come around again. I know why the median is messed up. It's because we've got all these zeros, right? Summing the zeros doesn't hurt the sum, but all the zeros from the illegal scores has damaged the median of this, right? That's why the median is so low. I got all these zeros in here. So we had to filter out the zeros. If stack.incomplete score is not equal to 0. Oh, got to get our breakpoint out of there. Part 2, 0. All right, let's see what's going on here. Boop. Stacks 0 dot stack. It didn't get popped, huh? All right. Oh, dot incomplete score. Oh, what? Oh, no, wait. It's on there. Is legal, illegal score, incomplete score. List object has. Oh, that's why. We just do the stack of the incomplete score. Okay. The first one is the one with the 288957. Oh, we can compare this to the here. Okay, so our scoring looks very correct, right? 5566. So let's just do this. One line is wrong somehow. Let's try it. Oh, so that's a problem. What we have to do, after we pop the whole stack here, we are destroying it, right? Because we popped everything. So we want to do a copy. Let's do a copy. There. Okay, let's stop and start again. Okay, go back here. Okay. No? Oh. It's copy.copy. Okay. Try again. We're almost done here. Oh, we didn't take our breakpoint out. Oh, the breakpoint is fine, though. Okay. Come here, you. What? What? Stop it. There we go. Right? And we could do it again because now we have the copy. If stack.incomplete score not equals 0. There you go. Statistics.median. Okay, much better. So stack.incomplete score for stack and stacks if stack.incomplete score is not equal to 0. Everything here looks right. Line too long, leave me alone. Okay. $288,957. And that is what they're looking for here. And now we'll change to input.text and we should have the right answer. 169. I hope that copies. It did. And that's the right answer. We're completed day 10 with a nice stack. We'll see you tomorrow.